it's Kelly here from spiritualawakeningsigns.com, coming to you today with a very special masterclass, how to cleanse your aura and get rid of those negative energies. It's a key part of any self-care as a light worker or anyone on the awakening path. We are looking to further their spiritual progression. So in this video we're going to cover, first of all, what the aura actually is, how to tell if you need an aura cleansing. We've got 3 key signs that you can use to know for sure why cleansing your aura is so important, as I said, especially for light workers and those of us on the awakening pathway. 3 mistakes that you definitely want to avoid when you're trying to cleanse your aura, and 3 steps to cleansing your aura so that you've got a system that you can use step by step to follow to really get your aura cleansed and clear and ready for moving forward in your ascension process. Now, if there's only one thing that you take away from today's video, the key thing that I want you to take away and know is that your aura is full of stress and negativity that you've absorbed from the world around you. Your aura has a lot of energy that you're not aware of, and it drains your system, it congests and blocks those energetic pathways. It causes stress and overwhelm, but the worst thing that it does is that it actively blocks your ability to channel divine love and light as a fully awakened light worker. It's not good. Now, your aura can reduce the stress and the overwhelm, and it can radiate that divine love and light effortlessly if you know how to clear the negative energy that is blocking it. That negative energy stays in your field, completely blocks you from being able to resonate and send that lovely energy out. Now, we're going to be covering how to clear all of that, but first let's talk about why cleansing your aura is so important. And it really begins by understanding what the aura actually is. So the best way to put it is, have you ever walked into a room and something just felt off from the moment that you walked in? Or have you ever felt the need to kind of clear your energy after you've been spending time with someone that's got a bad attitude, or maybe they've got quite a negative energy? It's often because as human beings we are surrounded by an auric field, and it can be heavily impacted by our thoughts, our feelings, our behaviours, and the world around us too. Remember, we're absorbing all the time. Now, our auric field is bright and open-hearted when we feel good, when we think positive thoughts, but when we're feeling down or we're having negative thoughts, or of course going through negative experiences, it's more closed off. It tends to be more like a barrier. Think of it like a dark cloud that follows you around. You might even have heard people say at some point, I feel like my aura's off, I feel like I'm getting unwell, or I'm imbalanced because I just know that my aura is off. And that's quite common for those of us who are maybe waking up a little bit and becoming more aware of our energy. But what exactly are we talking about when we talk about auras? Well, auras are layers of energy that surround your body in a kind of oval shaped field. So they move, they really resonate out quite far in your energy field, and they're made up of multiple layers of subtle luminous radiation. You might have heard the terms biofield or energy field. These are just names for the exact same thing. Everyone's got a slightly different term for it, but it means the same thing as aura. Now, auras can be seen as luminous colours that are surrounding a person or even an object. Some people can see this. To others, and this includes scientists, auras are usually invisible to the naked eye, but can be seen with special tools and technology. We are actually able to tune into that and see it. Now, the concept of auras is most often associated with New Age spirituality, but to be honest, people throughout history and many different cultures, many different belief systems and religions have talked about seeing auras. And as a result, there's a lot of different explanations for what an aura actually is. Whether it's a vibration in the atmosphere around the body, or just a stream of energy that mirrors our moods and our feelings, they're just a fascinating phenomenon. It can be hard to measure them or to prove their existence, but there's no denying that other people do seem to see auras as well. And this is something that becomes easier as you move through your ascension process and your psychic senses become more aware. You can usually pick up on the aura. Now let's talk about how to know if you need an aura cleansing. This is really important. There are 3 signs that you want to look for It's a very important spiritual practice. It can help you really remove that negative energy from your system and prevent it from attaching itself to you, which is really common for empaths, light workers, and those of us on the awakening pathway. Those of us who are a little bit more spiritually sensitive, we're more aware of that. Now, performing actual aura cleansing is easy, but recognising the need for it is not. It can be a little bit more difficult. So here are 3 signs that it's time for you to cleanse your aura so that you can keep yourself really spiritually healthy, really balanced, and of course radiating that divine love and light. So the first sign would be when you feel that it's time to cleanse your aura, trust the feeling. So it's one of these things that sometimes we just know. We just know something's off. We might not know what it is. We might not know that it's aura cleansing, but we just know that something is just not quite working out, even if you don't know why. If you're practicing it regularly, your intuition is going to let you know when it's time to cleanse it. So you need to listen to that. And you also need to develop an awareness of, it may just begin with, I just don't feel quite right today. And exploring the possibility that it could be that your aura needs a cleansing, because that can be the case. And the second one is, if you've recently had an argument or you've been around any sort of negative energy, you should cleanse your aura as soon as possible. And that's going to protect you from taking on that negativity, from really absorbing it from others and from the world around you. And it can also stop it from lingering in your home or your workspace, and that energy tends to settle there. It can create kind of bad mood, bad vibes feeling when you're walking into the room and you're spending time there. So you want to make sure you're clearing this well. And the third one is, if you're not feeling well, like I said, emotionally or physically, an aura cleansing could be just what you need. It's always worth exploring as a light worker, as an energy sensitive person. By removing that negative energy from your body, you're supporting your chakras. Aura cleansing can improve your stress levels. It can really lift a sense of pressure and overwhelm, and it can help get rid of feelings like sadness or anxiety. So if you're feeling any of those negative feelings and emotions, it is a sign that there are negative energies around you or in your auric field, and they need to be removed. So don't continue living with them. Get your aura cleansed as soon as possible. Really, and it's not just about making you feel better in the moment, it's about assisting your ascension process. The more you do that, the lighter and higher your vibration will be, and the easier it will be for you to move out of those dense, heavy negative energies and into this higher, more ascended state and energetic state for you. So now we get to why cleansing your aura is so important. Well, aura cleansing is a great way to remove negative energy from your auric field, that space around the system that holds a lot of this negativity and absorbs it. It helps to clear out any negative energy that you might have picked up. It helps to restore your natural aura, and it will provide you with a sense of peace. When your aura is clear, you'll feel quite centered, you'll feel quite balanced. These wonderful spiritual gurus that we've seen throughout history, they don't have problems with their aura. They keep their aura clear, and they keep themselves centered, and they keep themselves with that stillness, that spiritual stillness and calmness within. And a clear aura can really help you to do that. Here are some reasons why cleansing your aura is so important. Number one, it helps you stay connected to your spiritual self, your higher self, and it keeps you grounded in the present moment. So this is where we're really bridging heaven and earth. Essentially, you are connected to that higher part of yourself, while you're also being totally focused, totally alert and aware in the moment. And that is a key milestone in awakening, learning to balance those two worlds. They talk about walking both worlds at one time, and that is a real key part of that ascension process. Number two, it allows you to release negative energy that can build up in your energetic system over time. Now, this includes things like stress, anxiety, fear, anger, resentment, and other harmful emotions to your health and well-being. You don't want that in your energy field. It's not good for you. You don't want all that building up in your system, because not only is it affecting the energy pathways, which can have an effect on your overall health, but it's just keeping that negativity in your space. It starts to affect the mind, it starts to affect your moods and how you feel and how you perceive the world around you. So shift it, get it cleared. And the next one is it keeps you balanced. Balanced people tend to be happier with themselves. We know that for sure. They tend to be happier with their lives overall, So you really want to be cleansing that aura, and just like I said, finding that centered space where it's like everything's okay, and that can really it can really help to clear your aura and just know that you're in a state of balance. That really helps to make that shift into the higher levels of ascension. Now, clearing your energy field helps to energetically release not just negative energy, but negative emotions from your space. It can also clear patterns that are holding you back or keeping you stuck in life, and helping to manage any stressful circumstances in your life a bit better. It's easier to manage things when your system is working properly. Cleansing the aura is going to allow positive energy to flow to you a bit more often, so you can be happier, you can be healthier, and you can be more productive with less stress and less negativity. You don't want that in your field. You need to remember, the more of that stress and negativity that builds up in your auric field, it becomes a magnet. That becomes your point of attraction. Like attracts like. The universe is sending energy back to you. So you don't want stress and negativity in your field then getting mirrored back to you in situations and experiences in your daily life. Keep yourself clear, keep yourself centered. So in that, we need to talk about the mistakes to avoid. Now, in addition to the physical body, like I said, we've all got an energetic system, and it's your responsibility as a light worker, as an ascended being, to take care of that system. Now, the energy body, like I mentioned before, it's made up of your aura and chakras. So you've got your energy centers throughout the body, and they are responsible for distributing energy to the aura. Okay, so these two things are completely connected. The aura is our electromagnetic field. It surrounds and permeates the physical body. So it really has this impact. It's not just about energy. You know, that energy affects the system in lots of different ways. And like I said, affects thoughts, affects your approach to life, affects your sense of balance, your sense of peace. It's so important to cleanse that negative energy regularly. That really needs to become a regular practice. Now, before you begin cleansing your aura, you need to know what mistakes to avoid. So the first one that I would say, and people never really talk about this, is allowing someone else to clear your aura. That's never a good idea, and I'm going to explain why. By allowing someone in your physical proximity, so someone who is there physically, cleansing your aura, you can often become quite vulnerable to becoming even more congested energetically. Now, you need to remember that if that other person who is doing an aura cleansing for you already has an unclear aura themselves, if they're full of stress and negativity in their aura, then simply by working on you, it can infiltrate yours. That's going to make the cleansing not only ineffective, but it's going to cause you to absorb their negativity. So you're just going to soak it up, just like we're talking about when you absorb it from the world around you. You're going to absorb it from the person who's performing the energy clearing, because they're working physically in your space, and it creates a lot more congestion. So it kind of just adds to the problem. When we're around angry or upset people, when we're around stressed people, their negative emotions can seep into our energetic field and affect us in lots of different ways. So it's really one of these things that that you need to consider avoiding, because it can often do more harm than good unless that person, as I said, is super clear in their own aura themselves. So bear that in mind. You can pick up a lot from things like that. The second mistake is cleansing when you're in the wrong state of mind. Okay? Now, cleansing your aura should be done with a clear mind and heart, so that you can better connect with all the energies around you. If you're angry, if you're upset, if you're sad, if you're anxious, whatever's going on negatively, try to relax first. So maybe meditate, or just sit quietly, take a breather, find your centre before you begin that cleansing ritual. You might find that your mood's improved just a little bit, and then you can release those negative energies from your field. It also helps to cleanse when you can do it uninterrupted. So switch off your phone, do it at a time where you're not going to be disturbed, so that you can fully focus on the process. Your mind really needs to be a part of this as well, to bring that balance to mind, body and spirit. And the third mistake is disregarding your intuition. So when you're cleansing your aura, your intuition is an invaluable tool. Just as we use our gut instincts to sense danger in everyday life, you can use your intuition to sense what areas of the system need the most attention, and you can focus your healing on that during the aura cleansing. Use this tool to help guide you where and how you want to cleanse your aura, but always be aware of those impressions that you get. You need to learn to just trust. When something feels off, there's a reason why. If you tune into your aura and you think, I don't know why, but I just feel like it's congested, you're tuning into your aura. It feels like you're just guessing. It feels initially like you're making things up because you're afraid to really trust that intuition, but you need to practice it. You need to start using it more often, and the more often you tune into that and just kind of sense what's going on in my aura right now. How is it feeling? Is it congested and heavy? Is it light and am I feeling open-hearted? Am I feeling joyous? Start looking at those things and identifying what's going on in your aura, and with practice, you'll really develop a strong sense of how and when to know that you need that balancing. So please avoid those mistakes. If you don't, your auric field will get really weak. It'll weaken it because it's carrying the weight and the burden of all these different energies, and that's what's going to lead to making you feel stressed, making you feel anxious, making you feel irritated. It can make you feel lethargic, impatient. It can even develop a negative outlook upon life and towards the world. You start getting really pessimistic and you don't know why. If you're on a trip to negative town, you need to look at cleansing your aura. That's a great first step to take for a light worker or any sort of energy sensitive spiritual person. You have to clear the negative energy that is in that space, and you have to really ask yourself whether, wouldn't I rather clear that out of my space and really free yourself from that, because it's heavy, it's dense, it's 3D, it's lower vibration. Don't hold that in your energy, don't tolerate it, shift it and move up into the higher energies. Also, just as a note, it becomes much easier to maintain a higher vibration and frequency within your own energy if you cleanse regularly, because then those negative energies don't get a chance to set. You don't get pulled back down into lower vibrational issues, and it's easier. It's almost like it snowballs up the way. You can kind of keep going. So there we go. So now we've got our 3 steps to cleansing your aura. So like I said, the one thing that I want you to take away from today is the knowledge that your aura is full of stress and negativity that you've absorbed from the world around you. But stress not, because as always, we have our simple step-by-step approach to help you to cleanse your aura easily. Now, in today's world, like I said, it is essential to maintain a clear aura. Your auric field is holding all these different energetic emotions, feelings, resonance that's going out into the world, and the universe is mirroring situations and experiences back to you. So you want to make sure there's no negativity in there, or as little as possible. Sometimes we come up against negative things. It happens. That's okay. It's part of life. But you don't want that sitting in your energy field all the time and having the opportunity to draw negativity to you, because like attracts like. We don't want any more of that. Now, with all the negativity that's kind of floating around us in the world, that stress is impacting everyone negatively all the time. So we need to follow these steps to keep our auras intact, healthy, clear and resilient. That's what really helps you create that protective bubble that everyone talks about. The clearer you are, the more strong and resilient your auric field is, and the more it can protect you from the impact of other negative energies. So like I said again, snowballing up the way, it gets better and better. So here are our 3 steps. Number 1, you want to identify the root cause of why you might be feeling out of balance in the first place. Now, it could be as simple as, what you're eating. If you suffer from low energy, it could also be from someone around you who's putting out negative vibes. Maybe they've got a negative attitude, or even as simple as just not taking proper care of yourself. It is important for you to pay attention to how you feel when you're interacting with others. So anytime you're interacting, you're socialising in different environments too. If you notice a change in your mood or your feelings, especially if you feel like it's got no connection to what's going on around about you as well, it's your auric field. So take note of the situation to avoid it in future, and just make sure that you're practicing that cleansing for anything that you've picked up inadvertently. Step number 2 is to cleanse your aura through meditation. So meditation is one of the easiest ways for you to cleanse your aura, clear your mind and raise that vibration. It's got long-lasting benefits as well. So extensive medical research increasingly points to an undeniable link between our minds and our bodies, proving that negative suppressed thoughts and emotions are actually toxic to our overall well-being. That can cause a lot of stress-induced physical illnesses and ailments, physical diseases. Research proves that holistic treatments like meditation are key to creating long-lasting solutions to physical and mental issues, because they address the root cause of that illness rather than trying to provide some sort of symptomatic cure. And again, it's like prevention rather than cure. If you keep yourself balanced, if you keep yourself clear, you're really protecting yourself as you move forward as well, and lessening the chance of you becoming out of alignment due to your energies. And step number 3 is to protect your aura. Now, once you've cleansed your aura, you need to protect it from negative energy. Otherwise, the same thing's going to happen all over again, and it always will. But if you don't protect it, if you don't really protect your aura once that's happened, the effects are not going to be long lasting at all. So you need to make sure that's there. And one way to protect yourself is to surround yourself with more positive people than negative ones. So shoring up the positive and lessening the negative impact. Find positive people who always have a smile to offer, people who are kind souls, people who are like-minded souls, and these people can really help to offset negativity in your aura, and everyone can help everyone raise their vibration. If your intuition is screaming at you that something isn't right, you need to listen to it and you need to trust it. Your system tells you exactly what's working for it and what isn't. It will absolutely guide you, especially when you're going through spiritual awakening. So the more you tune into those subtle messages and trust what your system is telling you, what it's trying to communicate, and the more you act on that by cleansing your aura, the more messages you actually receive. So again, snowballing up the way, it gets better and better. It improves, and you become more connected with your energy system and more understanding of what it needs, what it requires. All we have to do is listen and be kind. Right, so let's recap what we've learned so far. So we've learned that your aura is full of stress and negativity, and you've absorbed it from the world around you. We learned why aura cleansing is so important, because it affects moods, it creates stress, and you're unable to shine your divine love and light. We covered 3 mistakes that you want to avoid when you're trying to cleanse your aura, which was cleansing your aura with someone else's energy, where they're physically in your space working, cleansing in the wrong state of mind, and disregarding your intuition. We also covered the 3 steps to cleansing your aura. So that was identifying the root cause of why you might feel out of balance in the first place, cleansing your aura through meditation, which is the best way to do it in our opinion, and protecting your aura so that you're maintaining the balance that you've created. Now, the good news is you don't need to go to energy healers, you don't need to train, you don't need expensive repeated sessions. If you're ready to start cleansing your aura right now, you can check out our brand new energy healing meditation, the Aura Cleansing Meditation. It is specifically created to focus your mind and body, to allow your spirit to clear those disruptive levels of stress and to bring in healing energy from the universe and the world around you. The great news is we can get started in about 10 minutes time. You won't find a healing product like this anywhere else. Our meditations are a special blend of meditation and energy healing. That's what makes it so special. It's the equivalent of a specifically tailored energy healing session with me, because I work with a collection of high vibrational spirit guides who are dedicated to helping us on the awakening pathway, and they specifically tailor each meditation to you, to your energy, and to your requirements, so that it's absolutely compatible with your spiritual progression and your energy levels too. You can use it again and again, this meditation, from the comfort of your own home and at your own pace, and it's really wonderful working with the guys. You'll find that even if you watch this 2 weeks from now or 2 years from now, it makes no difference. When you watch the video, the guides will start working on your energy in real time. It's very powerful energy healing, I can assure you of that. This meditation will safely remove blocked energy from your aura. It will protect your aura in stressful situations. It will gently wash away negative energy that is stored in that energy field, that auric field. It will help you to live in the moment with that more heightened awareness, that better connection to your higher self. and it'll help you to feel more calm and centered, that wonderful centered still feeling that we were talking about where you're in balance. So take a look below and see if it feels like it resonates with you.